Hey everyone, time to do some serious work today. I want to CAD right here a solution I have in my head for how to switch between two musical programs on the Marble Machine 3. Some interesting ideas from viewers that me and Sir 3K next to me went through yesterday.
Ooh.
So this is going to be a focused stream where I'm going to CAD a lot. And oh yeah, I forgot to make the when you just also make the stream in the beginning of the stream. So
that just means that we're hard at work and we can't prepare everything all the time. People get to see everything.
CAD switch CAD idea, and then for number 2 we're gonna be done.
Wow.
So hope everyone is doing fine. I'm very excited for latest development of this machine.
Of course, everyone is fine. It's Friday. Yahoo!
I never had a week rhythm my whole life until almost now with the streaming. It feels like I have a weekly rhythm. In the stream, program switching AB, CAD idea done. There you go, everyone. That's how much I've been thinking about streaming today. I've been thinking about CAD. Let's get straight into it. Can you find Hannes 3000, the suggestion on having double registrators from yesterday's viewer suggestions?
Double registrators.
Because that's what I'm CADing right now. So this is
the link you're talking about?
No, it's a viewer suggestion from our keynote.
Yeah. But
show.
is it from link from Program Wheel to Marblegate?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
If it was not in program switching, but maybe we didn't have that folder yet. So adjusting bolt. So it was fun because I saw several suggestions yesterday that got me thinking, and some of them I could even combine. So the way I'm making this adjusting bolt here now is centered in the profile. Let me actually show you. We had I'm going to show you later. We had another solution. So this is a centered solution. Because if we're going to double up the registrators, I will show you in a minute the idea. We need the registrators to be much thinner and take up much less space. So that is what I'm doing currently at the moment. Why can't I choose this profile? Probably I can.
I don't think this is the one you're thinking about. That's the only one that was in that category.
Yeah, so do we still have the keynote from yesterday?
Yes, but there were 160 slides in there as well.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's red and white. Meanwhile, I'm having an issue choosing this profile. There you go. That's the one. I'm going to try to hide this. So yeah, I think for the project in large, I think we're moving into some little more granular territory here where we can start to look at some things. So this is the suggestion from Carson Tart. It crossed my mind afterwards that I actually contemplated something like this. But I dismissed it because it would use too many parts. And then I realized I'm used to like plywood, and I want to use POM or Delrin much more, which makes it possible to go down in much smaller scale. And I think this is also good engineering, that if the programming pin has to move something that is this big, or if the programming pin can move something that is this big, it's much better. So I'm going down into smaller scale, and this is the idea I'm going to try to show to you today, how my interpretation of it, and also my muting interpretation of it. and perhaps also using a Bowden cable. So can you click one forward and one back?
No.
Okay, then nothing. So this is the idea.
I sound so mean to you. I don't mean to do that, Martin. It's just
fine.
I don't have the slide
prepared. You're not mean. I never heard you say anything mean. Ever, actually. Here we go. Finally, I managed to choose that profile. So let me show you where we're at. So all this is PUM. Maybe this, maybe not this. I wanted to move this spring into place.
I just want to, if it was this one you were thinking about.
It's this one.
Yep.
Good. So this one, this picture helped me seeing like, oh, nice to have everything centered. And the solution I'm doing now is heavily inspired by this one. And this one has still metal cut profile. But I have no metal cut profile. So I have everything in POM. So for example, I'm going to capture this position. So check this out. I think this is super nice. So the previous version we had, let me hide this.
I just want to fill in there that I have a name now today for that one. And it was Patrice who sent that in.
Patrice. Cool. So this is the old thing. Much, much larger. And especially we have like metal. We have a POM bushing. So we have 2 parts. And there's 3 bolts here. And my new idea is just like to make the whole thing out of POM, then the bushing comes for free. So we don't have there we go. So we don't have to, there's no metal at all involved. No bolts up here. It's just a thing.
Ba-boom?
Yeah, excluding like 100 million parts. Just like that. And
nice.
And especially if you see it, this is 8mm. So this is under 1 centimeter and went down from M6 to M3. This is spring adjustment. And I'm reusing a lot of the things from the Marble Machine X right now. And I'm also reverting the direction of the programming wheel. So we had this big wheel on the top here was going counterclockwise from this angle. And now I'm making it go clockwise again. So we have the same activation and pulling of the muting thing we're going to create right now. So this little thing is silencing foam. So it's the positive stop. And this is the spring tensioning. And here is the timing adjust. And a lot in this stream will be me trying to get my idea down in CAD. So everyone, welcome to hang out with me and Hannes while I'm doing some hopefully productive work here. I'm going to start to make, and I'm also excited because I'm going to show you in the stream some Bowden cables integrations. Maybe I should add that to the to-do list. Let me do that.
Can we afford that? Now we have 3 points to go through today.
Bowden cables.
Do you know how I feel right now, Martin?
No.
Totally amazing, because Slice of Sparta has just joined the chat.
That's the melody I wrote for Slice of Sparta. It's an opera entrance. And maybe you want something more like... something like that.
Wow. And Slice of Sparta says, Marble Machine 3 will switch programs as well as H3K switches feeds. Let's go, guys. Cheers. Thank us always, Slice of Sparta, for your continued support here. It's amazing. We love you.
Thank you so much. And I'm going to honor this by making a link from...
The highest honor there is.
So from the pivot, we're going to have a link. So this is half of the registrator for one channel. I'm going to make one. And also what I want to... On the Marble Machine 3, I really want things to be repeated a lot of times. So I want to make parts that can be repeated a lot of times. I also should stop saying the same thing twice.
That way we get it.
If you don't believe me now, you will really believe me the second time I tell you, right?
And there's a new nickname for you that just appeared in chat here. I love this one. HBoy007. I salute you, Sir Cadalot.
Oh, that's like a war. I love this robot wars with Sir Killalot.
Yeah.
I love
Sir
that
Cadalot.
Sir Cadalot.
And Sir 3000. Here we go.
Yeah, I like it. I'll take it. I never get nicknames ever. I was always Martin, and I was like, everybody else get nicknames, and now I have one. I'm very happy. So the cool thing with this solution is that we are making use of proven functionality from the Marble Machine X. One thing that never caused trouble was the muting mechanism. And from a lot of suggestions that we were looking at yesterday, I could tell that a lot of people are omitting one of the most difficult problems with muting is how to mute in the middle of programming pins. So when you mute an instrument, when you put it on and off, you do not want the programming pins to register a half hit, which would mean that since you're pulling something up, the programming pin is hitting the registrator a little bit. That's what I call a half hit. We really do not want this, because then you have the wrong behavior of the marble gate, and you just have a lot of irregularity in the functionality. So I was amazed by the solution we had on the first machine, and why I love the suggestion from whoever the name was is because basically we're using the exact same mechanical function. And a lot of smart people have told me, like, it's nice you're making a new machine, but don't forget the things that you actually already validated on the first machine, because they are worth a lot. All the new things, am I cutting this the wrong way? Yeah, I am. Any new thing is a risk because it hasn't been validated. So it feels like this is the natural continuation of the Marble Machine X here with this design that I'm going to try to get down on paper today. I'm going to start by making it kind of blocky so we can just get a feel pretty fast for where we're going. Actually going to do this. And you are tangential to this circle, and I should constrain the size of this circle. Let's do it 12. I'm going to give this a little length. Let's say 80. Oh, my menu is in the wrong place. There we go. We're on the CAD idea step. This whole thing should be like 5. And you are horizontal. And you are 55. We still have one blue line. It's because I didn't do this. So let's put 6. And there we go. I also need a line for where to make the fork. So I think when I was designing the Marble Machine X, I was really I didn't know what materials and thicknesses to trust. So I made like everything, like I over-engineered everything basically. And I think on the Marble Machine 3, I will be able to make smart things. And one of those, wait, could we do it like that? And we don't need the clip. Oh, nothing. There was nothing. No, for example, press fits. Press fits made me uneasy on the last machine. This right here is a small 7.8 millimeter long 3 millimeter metal axle. How does it stay in place? Because it has to stay in place in this program with a press fit. I would never be able to trust that because I was like, oh, it's gonna slide around. And now I'm like, no, with the correct press fit, it's going to stay there. So I would have made some kind of screw here with screw heads and nuts, and it would just be messy and not lean. So by having some more experience, I can trust things better.
Nice. I have a question here from DDL Blue. Hey Martin, who is the other guy? What does he do for the project? And simple as this is, I am the one, look at my fingers here, I am the one in control of everything here on the stream, so I can do this. Now you only get to see me. And basically my main function in these streams is, as soon as Martin does something good, I just give a little woo!
That's a very comprehensive explanation. Hannes is a videographer. Hannes made the Marble Machine video with me. It was the first thing we ever did together. It got 200 million views. So I thought, I'm going to keep this guy on the team.
Good luck, charm.
Not a lot of videos have 200 million views. So we've been working together ever since.
Yeah.
And
I have helped Martin edit the videos for years now. And now I help him producing these live streams.
And most of all, you also read chat, which I don't. So Hannes is gathering the best ideas from chat. So whenever you have an idea, you can write it in chat. And if Hannes 3000 sees it and thinks it's appropriate to the subject we're dealing with, Hannes will read it to me. You can also submit your ideas on wintergatan.net under the Marble Machine 3 section.
I actually got a viewer here, Gusty, sent in a suggestion that it's about this topic you're talking about right now, he said. I would just want to show it really quick because it's new and everything.
2 registrators to 1 Bowden cable activated by pin. Bowden cable goes to Marble gate. Muting version. Push to mute. Not sure about the muting version. Standard version. Muting version. So the issue here. So you're close here, Gusti. Basically, what I'm going to do today is what you have designed, but my muting will be where your bolts are connected to the blue thing. So I don't think you have a muting function here. I think the pins would be... Or am I missing something? I think the pins would always be moving, both channels. So I don't see how you can... I don't see how you choose between one or the other channel. Am I... What? missing something. Okay, so that thing is being pulled and it pulls out the Bowden cable. And so the gray part is activated by a pin. Yeah, in your design currently, both channels are always playing. And you can mute, but then you mute both channels at the same time. And what I'm trying to design is... but some of your elements is actually going to be similar to what I'm going to do. What I'm trying to design is actually what I think I will end up with, which is going to be very cool. One lever, which will be in this position, program A. In this position, mute. In this position, program B. Mute, and then I can choose from one lever. So we have... is that true? Yeah, that's true. Yes. This is what I'm going to figure out right now. So when you want to select a profile through a body, this is a trick that I learned too late. You just hold. You get this little thing. My zoom is a little bit aggressive today.
It's Friday, you know. Crazy Friday.
And then you choose profile. I'm going to go fix the zoom factor.
Enhance.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a little bit excessive, but fun. So I'm seeing something wrong here. Oh, it's the little triangle. There we go. So I'm going to go here and just fix my zoom.
Exciting.
So how are people in chat?
They're happy. They're happy, you know. They're sending me a lot of love here.
Nice.
Boosts my ego, you know. My head will get inflated and just explode one day here. I feel the love out there. And people are still... They're reminding me that they've sent in suggestions. And I will not be able to show everything people send in. We will sometimes watch them off stream on the next design review. We will look at all the new stuff that's been coming in. So we can't always just pull up everything that comes in right away. Let's keep Martin's eyes on the prize a little bit.
So I'm going to make this hollow right here so they fit with each other. I'm going to cut it 4 millimeters in a symmetrical fashion. So symmetric, full length, and then objects to cut. Always very important to deselect the things you don't want to cut. And now I'm just cutting my link right here. So here you can see the little fork shape. And this is very, very similar to what we did on the original machine. Now I'm thinking that I should pull up the original machine as well.
Do it. Just pull it up from your back pocket right there.
And if you wonder why I gave up on it, I made... on the website, there is a section called MMX because people don't know why I gave up on the original machine. Most people on the main channel is like, it was a big mistake. So here's the answer to that question why I gave up on it. So if people are asking, you can guide them to the website. So sometimes Fusion crashes when I open the original machine, but that's okay. Let's see here. Was it here? I like that this CAD is in sketches. There we go.
Oh, graphic bug.
Graphic bug, but I know how to fix it. Here we go. So let's isolate this. So this is basically what we're replicating. And I also want to see the muting. Let me just find where that is. Not here. So many parts on this machine. Here we go. Muting system assembly, of course, it's called that. Okay, so yeah, these are the ones dropping, of course, which means I did in the end turn this thing the wrong way around. I turned it down. So I just have to turn this up because we are copying this mechanism exactly. Let me do that. So I'm going to delete this and do it the other way around. 5. So the project is like in a very investigative phase, and as I said on many occasions, the only thing I want to do is that I want to make a CAD file that helps me decide if I should give up on the idea or not, because I feel I have not exerted my abilities at all. I became much better. I started with the Marble Machine X for so many years ago, and I made so many hard-earned lessons that I feel I have a completely different understanding. Oh, it's this length I'm missing. So basically this is about finding out if I'm going to try to build this machine or if I'm going to give up. And I told Hannes at the gym this morning, like, I know that if I want to, I can succeed with this machine. I know that. It's maybe I would think the biggest obstacle is if I don't learn to make the trade-offs necessary. If I want all the function, all the bells, all the whistles again, because I think I'm so much better now, there's gonna be an issue. But if I just keep a little more disciplined, if just the pain from all the failures have actually taught me something, I'm actually like really sure I can pull this through.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
So here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me try to... I want to now double everything we see on screen and put a channel next to here. And I'm going to give them different colors if it allows me to do that.
My dear friend, a huge question for you.
Yep.
Do you want some thinking oil?
Oh, I have. But can you maybe make it warm?
I can heat it for you.
Yeah, nice. Program B. Some warm thinking oil will be a welcome addition. So sometimes when you copy components, they don't want to be colored differently. So I'm just going to try if I put all these into a new component. If Fusion allows me to add another color to them, I'm not really sure. So I'm moving them 8mm over because that's the center distance. And I'm gonna make them green just to separate them. This looks promising. So if I now go here we go. So now you can see we have the gray channel and we have the green channel, and they're actually completely independent. They're touching each other, which I actually love because POM is bushing material, so POM slides. It's self-lubricating, also called Delrin. So they shouldn't be clamped hard against each other because they wouldn't slide well. But by having them touch each other, we make sure that everything stays sideways. So in the end, I think we need to make the Delrin 8mm and maybe have the center distance 8.05mm or 8.1mm or something like that to just give that little extra space for all the components. And when we later put 100 of these on a long row, we can use like small Teflon bushings or papers, shims, to make sure that over time, when you repeat them next to each other, you have the correct center distance. So let me make the other channel red. I think that would make. I look at this now. It's both. No, it didn't want me to. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like this. So now I'm going to CAD the thing that they are pulling in. So the meeting that we didn't. It's not in this CAD file for some reason. Marble divider. Oh, it's not there. Okay. So I'm going to keep on using the same master sketch here. And I'm just going to mimic what we did on the last machine. So these angles are super important. They save from muting when there's a programming pin and stuff. They save the thing. So I'm going to make this a little loop like this. Oh, we can just make it like this. I think it's quite fun, this streaming series, because sometimes I think we're going to learn how to make the actual work more and more efficient. And I think because of this extremely interested and intelligent audience, I think actually the more work I get done, the more entertaining the streams will be. So when we were making videos, the better I made the video, the less progress I made on the Marble Machine X. Basically, for 3 years, I thank you so much for the coffee, Hannes.
You know it, my friend.
Basically, for all the years in the Marble Machine X series, I was spending 20% of my capacity on the machine and 80% on YouTube. And there's only one of the differences in the projects now, that we're not trying to get views, we're trying to make art. Right?
We're just working. This is how entertaining we are when we just work. Right?
Yes. And we know that there's a lot of people listening to us in your workshops, and we want to salute you all and wish you have a great work day as well. And
let's give them a cheer, by the way.
A cheer with Wilson. How are you, Wilson, today? Cheers.
Gearing up for a brutal weekend. Wow. He has some plans. Is he going out partying when we're not here?
Brutal weekend.
Wow. Wilson.
And
also he's gearing up towards. Brilliant joke there.
Oh, you didn't get credit for that one. So you had to explain it yourself.
Oh.
There's one thing coming up with a joke, but there's one thing to let it hang and
you know what? I didn't even think about it before until after, so it was an afterthought.
It was art by accident. But now we know the joke. We can.
All appreciate my genius. Yes, thank you. The Verticon, hederligt arbete. Skål på det.
Skål på det. Gött är det som vi brukar säga.
Vänta då.
Där har vi det.
Gött är det. The international viewers are like, what is happening now? We're just saying that everything is so good right now.
In Swedish slang.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I think most of you are watching this can relate that I'm honestly equally excited if this CAD design tells me that I have to give up on the project as I am as if I need to build it. Not really true. I prefer if the CAD design is good, but yeah, because this has taken over my life in a wonderful way, but still I would like to have some success with this design. So this link to, or I'm gonna call it puller, is going to be twice as broad. So this is gonna be 16 millimeters because it's going to connect with both the channels that we just made. So let's do 16. 16 please. 16. Thank you. And as always, symmetric because we're using a master sketch in the midplane. And there we go. And if I make sure everything is visible, you can see how both the channels, both the green and the gray, is going into the right piece here. I'm going to make this piece red so everyone can tell everything apart easily.
Slice of Sparta red. In honor.
Yes. And I can see here now that I did extrude it the wrong way. Because it should be centered from this direction right here. And you can see it's off. So beginner CADer would then go here and extrude this like this and blah, blah, blah. No. You go down into your timeline, kids, and keep it clean. So it's behind Hannes, doesn't matter. I go into the timeline, edit feature, and I redo that feature and I make it correct. So don't add features in your timeline when you don't have to, basically.
Bringer OD, fun to catch these live. Been watching all of the live streams these couple of days while doing some final touches on my master thesis.
Wow.
I mean, that's brilliant. I can't even fathom that people are like rewatching all the old streams. Like
fantastic.
The video on demand, they're still there. And people are catching up. Watching hours and hours of us doing this.
We love it. And good luck with your thesis. Curious what it's about.
And Bringer OD also adds, the design review stream taught me so much. Thank you. Wow, that's really nice to hear.
Interesting, because yesterday we made a design review, this little thing, a design review show.
No.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's going to be there. And that's where we go through all the viewer suggestions. And we think we're going to turn it into a kind of a weekly show. It taught me so much also. And what I'm doing today is directly influenced about what we discovered yesterday. Okay, let me go on with it. I'm going to cut open this thing. And I'm still using the same master sketch to do this. Click and hold and choose profile. Thank you. And let's do a little thicker here. 8. So this is the same design as we had on the previous machine. These forks.
Yeah.
So maybe I should add just an axle. New component. Main axle. So everything you see on the screen so far has been made with one single sketch. And I'm gonna keep on with the axle. This is just to make it obvious what is what a little bit. -65. Well, it looks serious. Anyway. Okay, so here's the kicker. We have two channels. Gray can be pulled back like this. Green can be pulled back like this by the programming pins when they're hitting these surfaces. I should maybe make a gray and green programming pins as well. But let's refrain from doing that for now, because now I'm going to show you my muting idea.
Ooh.
And it's not yet completely manifested in my own head. But I think it might be very, very, very simple. So this thing, the way we muted this thing in the original machine was that we pulled away a support. So the thing just fell down by gravity. So this is going to be the support. And I say that you are tangential because it's resting towards this. And I'm going to give it 8mm diameter. So how can we pull a support down from 36 channels at the same time, but only a few? So my idea is that we make some kind of pivot point here. And we give it some thickness. I'm going to give it 6 and 12. And then I'm going to make an arm. Let's just connect the middle lines like this. And then I can use that and make these lines parallel. You are parallel with you, and you are parallel with you. And then we have the nice symmetry command constraint. So you and you are symmetric to you. Then we know that line is in the middle. We can use that to determine the length. So say 16. I'm just making things up here.
Yeah.
We have to fix this angle of the whole thing towards this. Let's say 45. Boom. And yeah. I should create a contact set in the end. If I make a contact set, I will be able to show you like a physics simulation how this actually works. So currently this is playing because this is supporting it, so there's contact there. So how do we get this to not play? By pivoting this. Is it spring loaded or not? Oh, the other thing pulls it, right? Wait. Yeah, the movement pull. How do we do this? Can a Bowden? So here's a tricky question. How hard can a Bowden cable push? Oh wait, we can. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a Bowden cable that connects to this same thing here. Let me first of all go out and make the axle so you are a little bit with me where I am. Muting axle. So it's easier to just show this. 30. Symmetric. Full. Let's do it long. So this is the axle, and we're going to... these things are going to rotate around this little axle.
Chat is reminding us that cables don't push.
Yeah. I think the solution should not rely on the cable pushing. Good chat. Thank you, chat. But if I hold my... If I do this correctly, I think we can pull in both ends. I'm just gonna keep on adding the basic structure and then see where we end up.
And as usual, chat is also suggesting, and it always comes up camshafts. Use cam.
Yeah, this is a cam.
This is cam?
Yep.
Yeah.
This thing sticking out here will act as a cam. Because when we're rotating it, this falls down.
And there are push-pull Bowden cables. And the hydraulic cables do push. Yesterday in the design review, they were talking about hydraulic Bowden cables, right?
Yeah, and I'm really into seeing if we can use a Bowden cable to activate the marble gates, because that will give us total freedom to where to position the marble gates, and it would be very good. I'm just worried that there's too much friction, but perhaps not.
Mm.
And if not, so we're going to use Bowden cables both for the muting and for the activation of the gate. I need to put this a little bit lower so we're not in the way. Let's try 24.
People are also saying that they would love if you would sketch some more on your iPad with your ideas. Perhaps it's easier to understand if you sketch them there instead of Fusion every time. The simple what you're going for.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
I heard that suggestion many times, and let's try that.
Yeah. That's
maybe not bad, because of course then you get the okay, cool, good idea in this case. A, B, program, switch. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like the high level thing.
Perhaps easier to understand this way.
So I'm gonna try to make the line a little bit. No, that was the wrong one. I'm gonna try to make the size a little bit thinner. So here comes the programming pins. So this is pushed like this, and this goes out here and connects to this link. Looks like this. I can't really reach it nice because of the microphone, so please excuse any bad here's Bowden cable. Here's a link. Bowden. Still. This is like that keeps still. So here's this support that I'm making now. And here is another Bowden cable still. Bowden. Is this in frame? Yes.
Yep.
And here's a link. Tick. And if we add I'm gonna color code this. We add a Bowden on the other side because I saw that there are, so I'm gonna color code.
Okay. Now I see what you're doing.
Okay, already.
Nice.
So this is red Bowden. This is green Bowden. And somewhere else on the machine comes a connection to this red and green Bowden here. So we have to have an imaginary line here that this is not part of the same sketch up here. I'm gonna just take away the title so I can sketch up there. So the red Bowden cable is coming here, shook. The green is coming here, shook. And here we have the lever. I didn't use the space very good. So if we pull the lever counterclockwise, up here, oh, sorry. I should make the sketches a little bit, it's because I can't rest my arm. I have to fix that if I'm gonna, I think maybe that's why I'm not using the iPad. Because my working position with it is...
Ergonomically.
Wait, I'm gonna put it a little closer to me.
Move the keyboard.
I used to make nice sketches and now it looks awful.
I see what you're doing.
And the mic is in the way. Okay, blaming the equipment.
Yeah, what is this? What is this?
Let me try like this. Okay, this is a little bit better. So let me do new color on this arrow. It's a blue arrow. So if we pull the lever like this, you can see down here in the muting mechanism, the red thing will be pulled down like this. And at the same time, the green thing will come up like this. So since if we don't want the green cable to push, it doesn't matter because the red cable is pulling. So this lever, and I saw this kind of lever, so this is actually a loop with this lever is connecting both the green and the red Bowden cable. So I can pull it like this, just to show it clearly that they are actually the same cable.
Yeah, Gretzky's in the chat were suggesting that they could be one and the same.
Yeah, it's just two sides of the same loop, kind of. And of course, we're only looking at one channel here. So if we color code one of the plane channels orange, so this is orange, and this is the muting for the orange. I can make also like pink channel here that is behind an imaginary channel behind here, pink one. Then I think with the right geometry, I can put a pink support here somewhere that will unmute and mute the pink channel. I could also make them red and green actually.
Arayi, spring on it and cut the cable count in half. Use a spring instead. I saw that a lot of people were suggesting that.
No, because the cables are maybe that's interesting because we need 3 settings. So I'm wondering if one cable can give us all 3 settings. Maybe then we could actually cut it down to one cable. That would be really cool.
Some Gretzky wisdom in the chat anyway here. Interesting.
Because it's my arm, so I can make a spring hard. My hair looks crazy.
That's what happens when you sit and work the whole day.
Yeah, I'll play the Einstein card for crazy hair. Can I play the Einstein card? Just did. Okay, so the thing that I'm working on right now is figuring out this thing down here.
Kilian Rushdie, which are the 3 settings you're talking about?
Okay, good. Thank you. I'm going to provide context. So, 3 states. 3 states. 1, both mute. 2, program A plays. 3, program B plays. And in this lever, it would be up here is number 1, and here is 2, and here is 3. Kind of. That's what. But this is. I haven't figured this out more than this. It looks very, very messy. But okay, so to be clear, this thing here is for both color of the channels. So this goes to 1 marble gate. So this is both pink and orange. And now in my better working position, my next sketch could be a little bit better.
A thing of true beauty. Yes.
Let me add the... so here we have like the orange programming pin, but we're also having the pink programming pin over here. And I think I should stay with the red and green color code for the next sketch. So let's because I need to see this in 3D. So
let's head back.
But you're right that I should use the iPad a little bit more often.
It's sometimes easier to understand the high level stuff at least.
Yeah, to give and it's much quicker because otherwise it takes 1 hour before people know what I'm trying to do. So and context, actually me and Hannes are always talking about context. So when you're missing context, scream context at Hannes. Yeah.
Use those words. Just scream context and I will know what it's all about.
Screaming for context. And then because I forget to provide it, and it's sometimes really hard to provide it.
Yeah.
So I have to get this out in little 3D to see where I'm going with this. So I'm going to put... So here's the Bowden stationary thing, which is just a thing keeping the Bowden cable still. I'm going to just block things out and see where we're going. I'm just gonna make a little thing like this because they always have these vents, and then I'm going to make a makeshift Bowden cable here. There's
SKP. Why not 4 states? A and B play? Question mark.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. With 2 Bowden cables, I can do that. I actually wanted the muting to be completely independent, and this idea took... When I made the sketch, I actually just changed my idea. I wanted to build completely independent muting systems, and then we could have the 4 states.
And Ron Coleman asked earlier, music boxes shift the programming wheel to play new songs. Have we discussed that today about the whole shifting of the either the drum or the registrators? Right now we're not shifting at all right now.
Music boxes shift us between songs. They are shifting when they're not playing.
Yeah.
And I want to shift while I'm playing.
Yeah.
And that means that we have to make sure there's no half hits half registrations, and we get it for free when we're using the Marble Machine X system, because that system already made sure there were never a half hit. We just double up the amount of parts. We had a lot of suggestions yesterday for really cool switching things by moving the wheel, moving the registrators. None of them solved the half hit issue. You can solve it like this. Mute all, lift the registrators backwards, shift the registrators sideways, push them back, forward, unmute all. This is the only way what I think that we can have something moving. And you can do exactly the same by moving the programming wheel. Mute all, lift the registrators backwards, move the programming wheel, put the registrators back, unmute all. And this solution keeps major assemblies. These are going to be 1.5 meter long things from having to slide very precisely, very, very fast. We're instead of moving like a 1 meter part that weighs 80 kilos, we're moving like a small little thing that weighs 200 grams. So I think it's more. I want to be able to switch off. I want like A, B, A, B and A and B and A. That's what I want to do. And if there's 80 kilo every time, it's not going to be fun. There's the Bowden cable coming up.
Ross Davidson, if we introduce an A plus B mode, doesn't that mean we essentially have 2 times the pins per channel? Could be used on some wheels for double time playing rather than playing 2 different melodies.
That's what I thought yesterday until I realized that the repeatability of the marble gate is the limiting factor. So the suggestion here is like, for example, I can show it on the keyboard. If these are making sounds. So if program 1 is and program 2 is like you will still have too many of this note repeating. Like one marble gate can't do. That's too fast repeating of the same note. It doesn't matter if we have 2 pins because the marble gate can't repeat it that fast. So that's the constraint. So unfortunately not. We need more marble gates to have that. Let's start very simple. Let's start with this. We have the muting axle. New component, program A muter. I'm just going to extrude this. And so here's the kicker. This is only going to hit the gray part and not the green parts. And this is also designed to be able to cover like 36 channels next to each other. That's going to be the next step, because when we're only looking at one, things are easier than they are in the real world.
Yeah, that space quickly becomes a problem.
Yeah, space and connection, things bump into each other. Let's do symmetric, whole length, 7 millimeters. And does it smell little feature creep? Yeah, I can smell little feature creep going on in the kitchen. Does it smell giving Martin inspiration to actually make a full album on this machine and have double length music and being able to do something like more musically interesting. It smells a little bit of that too.
Is it giving you inspiration? Then it's a good idea in my book.
Yeah, but that's also how I thought about the conveyor belt on the Marble Machine X. So
But you learned that the hard way.
yeah. Let me do the Bowden cable thing so we just get to see how this looks. Compared to my ideas that I had yesterday, when I wanted everything to move around, also the whole muting section to be on a pivot itself, this is so simple. It's really, really so simple. This is also 8. Symmetric, full length. Done. And then a good tip for you, when you want to make like something follow a line cable, it's just to use the pipe function. I missed it a lot in the beginning. So under create, you have pipe. Where is it? There, pipe. And then I just choose this line and it creates what looks like a cable nice here. So pipe command for things like this is very forgiving, more forgiving than sweeps and stuff. And so here's the link. Let me just add it to this extrude so we can get on with our lives.
And my Koritza says, you are in the stage where you decide your features. Feature creep is when you add features in later stages. Ba-ba-boom! There we go.
Thank you.
This is valid work.
That was a fantastic explanation because I've been feeling a little shame. We were working on the design requirements document yesterday that you can find on the website. And your comment right now actually makes a lot of sense, and I'm happy to hear it because I am actually. You're right. Like when we have half the machine finished, Swedish people will know about the Vasa ship, one of the most famous ships that the king ordered. It was the biggest ship of its time for 300 years ago. And the king wanted changes all the time, more cannons, longer, and changed it throughout the process. And it sank, okay? Just like Marble Machine X.
Just 100 meters out of harbor or something like that. Just sunk.
Yeah, on the first trip.
Yeah, the maiden voyage.
Yeah. So it was better than the Marble Machine who never made a maiden voyage. So the Vasa ship is an iconic engineering failure. One of the most famous ones, I think. And I mean, if they would have changed the drawing before starting to build it, I think they would be fine. Okay, so here's a very, very simple. So note here that the green channel is not affected. So if I move this thing, I should really make contact sets later. If I pivot this like this, I'm pivoting around the wrong thing.
Let's just
This
see
thing
here
will
from
fall down.
Ethan Doll here.
Yeah.
Mode 4 doesn't need to play double the notes. It will act as a logical OR gate that will play the note from either prog A or programming B if it is there. Maybe not necessary, but could be creative.
So what's cool now is that now you're talking design requirements. So let me actually head over to our design requirement document and let me note what you're saying. So I think we've been cleaning up this document a lot with a lot of nice suggestions from people. So I'm going to go over to editing and I'm going to go down to features. And I think this should be in 5 or 6. 5, I think. So let me just note down here. Let me so you see it a little bit better. muting. There are fix me. That means we don't have a
Solution quite yet.
No, this is not design. There must be fix me amount of muting states. State 1. Channel is muted silent. State 2. I'm gonna go over to the next page. Channel is playing program A. State 3. Channel is playing program B. State 4. Channel is playing both program A and program B. So I'm thinking like on the machine, I'm thinking musically if it would make any difference. Because I think the repeatability, we can't program anything on both channels that we can't program on one channel that the marble gate can handle. And we do not want too fast inputs on the marble gate because that will be a critical error. So where I am sitting right now, well, let's say that the marble gate is faster than the if the marble gate is faster than the returning of the registrator, then state 4 is a fantastic thing, because that would mean that we can repeat the same notes much faster. So this gives a big incentive to making the marble gate lightning fast. Yeah, so let's work towards 4 states.
Cool. I just want to show you really quick. I thought this was so nicely presented here on Discord from Andreas Eld. Made a prototype there. Something like this. Lever up equals both channels mute to lever left, yellow channel playing, lever right, gray channel playing. And then beautiful little Lego prototype here.
Wait, I don't understand it. Lever up, both channels muted. Oh, it's to the left. The muting is to. Nice use of Lego. How?
And this changes as well, right?
Okay, so I don't see really with our. We have too much contrast. I don't see how it works.
I thought that was brilliant to send in a little Lego.
Yeah, but I want to understand how it works. Can you bring it into Photoshop and just bring the brightness up, shadows up? Because I don't see the black part underneath. I don't see the cam. Because I think it was absolutely spot on. But how was it? How was it made? Yeah, so one difference here is that we have a linear motion with the Bowden cable. So in the sketch, the lever was on the pivot. If the lever was here, like we had it on the original machine. It's not this one. Fusion 360. There we go. these muting levers are sitting like on that Lego sketch on the pivot point. And on the thing we're making now, we don't have that. We have a linear motion, so we need to turn that into a rotational motion by having an offset point to pull this. So that's one of the differences in what we're doing to the Lego demo. Let's see. So add a spring. Let's make the simplest possible by... Let's see how I can do this. I'm gonna start with just doubling up the Bowden solution here. So I'm going to create a new component, but I'm gonna make a spring first. So new component, spring 2. Move. So this spring is pulling this down like this. Oh, I can edit the... Yes, I can edit this. Good. Okay, finish position. So since we don't want the cable to push, we have a spring that pulls it down when the cable allows it to. So now I'm going to copy this over, and we'll see. So this is our least smart solution, but most straightforward. That's the wrong name. Green Bowden. I'm just going to take all these components and try to copy them over so we can color them green. Boom. And I put green there, remove. Nice. And let me hide the sketches. I should perhaps start to make the lever somewhere. So here's actually a working solution already now. This is what the Bowden cable, but it's only one channel, so we have to see how we can translate this into like 36 channels from one cable, which is a little bit trickier. So here on the other side, we can have either... Let me actually make the lever. I think that would be good.
Let's see if you can see more this time.
Oh, perfect. Well done, Photoshop. Yeah, so who sent this in? Andreas
Eld.
Yeah, Andreas Eld. Gretzky in the chat. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant explanation. This is exactly what I want to do. And oh, of course. So Yeah, there's actually an idea in here that I missed, which is the cam things. So when people were saying cams, I am using cams, but I'm not using them as intelligently as Andreas have made here. So this makes it so much easier, and this makes me very, very excited because this assembly is going to be extremely simple to build. This is a fantastic Lego, so thank you so much for sending this. My only worry is how much, because Andreas is using 180 degrees. And my only worry is how much travel length we can have on the Bowden, and how to make 180 degrees movement from a linear. Let me show you in the camera. But leave here. I don't want to be in.
What?
I don't want to be in full screen.
You don't want to be in full screen?
No, I'm shy today. I'm happy down here. So we need to turn something around 180 degrees from a linear motion like this. So how would we actually translate a back and forward motion to 180 degrees rotation? If someone in the chat can send us a sketch on that, then this whole cam idea is just brilliant. Let me CAD the cam idea that was just sent in Technique Lego. It's much better than what I was doing here. So
60 degrees is enough.
Yeah, that's a good comment. Perhaps we don't need 180. I really love this community sending these Lego things, actually really just showing me what I needed to see at that very moment. So thanks for pulling it up as well, Hannes. Cam. So I'm making a new thing here. Should I do it in the master sketch? Where is the master sketch? New master sketch. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw my thing that I made because it's just been put to shame by some Lego parts. Which is epic in itself, right? So this is the pivot, and now we're gonna make. We're gonna see what angle we can get away with. So someone said 60.
You could run the cable along a fixed wheel to achieve 180 degrees of motion.
That's a good idea, but then how do we return it? How do we spring return it? We need a spring on the other side that is then tensioned. Oh, if we have the two cables and we run it over the middle, just like bicycle chain.
Loop the cable around the wheel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Loop the cable around the wheel, and the cable pulls both directions. It's no springs. It's super stable. It will stay where I leave the lever. Can I pull 180? For me, it's quite big though. Wait, we can have gear. We can have a gearage thing. So I only pull
gear shifter. Is that the thing? Yeah. James Heald just said gear shifter here.
Yes. So I pull a little bit, but my wheel is big on the lever side. I think we have it. This is so much better than what I was going to do. So let's celebrate by doing 180.
SKP Martin, look at motorcycle throttle.
Can you check that out? So I'm going to do. Let's see what I'm going to do. Oh, we want them to be extruded in different planes. Oh, this is brilliant. I didn't think of this. I love to pick mushrooms with my mom, and it's always a little bit, when she finds more mushrooms than me, I always get a little bit disappointed with myself. And even though this was like really nice mushrooms sent to me, I kind of wished I saw this idea myself. It's like watching Eric Rosen play chess. You kind of like, why didn't I see this like simple strategy? But of course, it's almost more fun when someone else. It's like, that's why it's so fun to be surprised by people's suggestions. It's just brilliant. Let me see. Cam. The obvious thing that was in front of my eyes.
J-Jack grip shift style with throttle. That's 4 positions.
4 positions. Cool. So what I love with this is that we're onto things that have been used in other applications. So Bowden cables, reliable Bowden cables are being used everywhere. For example, you don't want your motorcycle brake to all of a sudden not work. So these applications are used when lives are being affected. So this makes me think that we're onto something good. So let me define this. 5.
Yeah, if you have brilliant suggestions there, upload it to Dropbox. I think it's going to be easier than me trying to Google. You understand it better, perhaps, so just send in the solutions there.
You're referring to the motorcycle?
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. If you have a really specific solution to a problem, it perhaps will be easier if you just send in an image to our Dropbox. And the Dropbox links are in the description of this video, for you that are wondering.
Sweet. I'm just gonna move us away from the programming wheel. My Bowden thing is annoying. Here we go. Looping the cable over is so lovely. It's really lovely. We just have to make sure that the cable is gripping and never slipping. So I don't know how that's done. If it has to come into a chain, like that's probably super overkill. To like have a chain in the middle that you connect the Bowden cable to. That pulls it. Because if it slips, we're done.
And yeah, for people wondering in which Dropbox folder to place this, I would say that this is the link from Prog Wheel to Marblegate, right?
No, can we make a new one actually?
What?
Yeah. We need a program AB switch folder. So you entertain people, I'll make a new one.
You make a new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Put on your pause screen then.
Yep. It's there.
So you put me into the entertainment. Yeah, people are just shouting out different solutions now and suggestions. So soon there will be a brilliant folder where you can upload your solutions and ideas that we can take a look at.
File requests.
And help us come
new request
to a nice solution here.
A, B,
But it all started with that brilliant little Lego sketch that we received. Let's just see if I can pull that up. There we have it.
Yeah, leave that on screen.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Always fun to see Lego. Perhaps the whole machine should be just in Lego, right?
Probably no Lego.
Probably no Lego.
So we have, just remind me, we have 0505. And then we have...
We also have Bowden cable muting systems. That's wrong, right?
Yeah, this is not. That's another thing. Remind me the number of the folder. Oh, 050509. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 050509.
And I do
In the
in the new.
Yeah.
I choose that folder. I'm gonna create it. I'm gonna copy the link, and you can paste it into chat. Actually,
I will paste it into chat, of course, and update the description when we have it.
Yeah. So let me quickly just send it to you.
Yay! And Josh Miller says, "Thank you, Martin and Hannes 3K. Your commitment is legendary." And Josh Miller, you are legendary.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the pep talk. It's some days I actually agree with you.
People in chat and the viewers are legendary for showing us all these solutions, right? And tips and tricks. And Dora reminds us and also put it on the website, please. Yes, we will do that probably off stream.
Yeah, because I'm doing that and I want to keep on with the CAD.
Yep.
AB program, switch, and there you go, Hannes.
Yeah.
You got mail.
I've got mail.
So in a while, I have to drink some water. In a while, you can upload your ideas regarding this to a specified link.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you to it there, and I will start checking this out.
This cam thing has me so excited. I know it's maybe tiring with this overexcitement all the time, because excitement is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy, right? But these are the things that keeps me going with this project, when clearly better solutions are presented. Let me do the most simple first. I measured the distance, so this should be good. So cam, I'm going to extrude.
There we go. In chat, everyone.
Oh, you know what's so good with this? So the things that sticks up here, I'm only gonna make that like 6 millimeters. Or 5. Don't need more. 5. So it doesn't go on the wrong channel. And then this center here of the cam, this is going to be, we should probably offset it, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing that later for machining style. Now I'm just going to do this 8. So this is the first cam. It looks almost exactly like on the Lego. And then I'm using the same sketch, but with an offset. So this is a trick I want to show you. The sketch is in the same plane here, but I want to offset. I want to make a body next to it. And we have a Canadian who wanted to marry the offset command when it was found out. And I know why. Here on the profile plane, you choose an offset. And now I know I want this part to start 4 millimeters offset. So I put in 4 millimeters. Then I know I want 8 millimeter. No, I'm on the wrong profile actually. I want 4.5. Wait, I have to think. 8 minus 5 is 3. So I want 4 plus half that. 5.5. 5.5 offset. And then I want it to be 5 millimeter thick. So look at how we created. Oh, Now you're in the screen, Hannes. Why? Oh, no, sorry. It was not on... It was just on our shared screen. Now I understand. So you can see that the body is in another plane. So now I want to make another extrusion of this profile. Same there. I'm going to use an offset. So start, offset. And this time it's 8mm. And then I'm going to make a symmetric 8mm thick thing. I'm gonna join.
Okay.
Actually, I should join it to this. Let's think of manufacturing later. Let's just think of the functionality right now. Then I'm gonna repeat this because this is where I'm gonna make a rectangular pattern of these bodies. Boom. In this direction with 16mm difference. Spacing, I mean. 16. And let's just put 20 here.
I'm sorry to bother you, Martin.
Yeah.
But I don't really know where you put this folder.
It's always the same hassle. Is the link not working?
The link is working, but I can't find it in our...
So search for AB. It was the same issue last time. I think it's actually a bug in Dropbox.
You think that?
Yeah, because I think I really chose. So if I show everything, and here you can see our beautiful camshaft, where you can clearly see that a rotation on one side would unmute all the green ones, and on another side, all the gray ones. So pretty epic. The only thing remaining here is to find out, because when we want different instrument groups, so I have to plan for like vibraphone by itself, kick drum for itself. This is surprisingly simple though. We have to see where we can hide kind of the wheel with the cables, the pulley. We can talk about it as a pulley actually. And can we hide it in this very thing? Because I can't add it to the side, because there we have a new instrument. So I need to kind of, in the middle of all these, I need to attach the Bowden cable like in the middle of this, if I can. And I guess it's just make it as big as we... If we make it big, it becomes a little more violent. We don't want that. Maybe it doesn't have to be big. Maybe it can be... Let me go to the sketch. Are you sighing over there? 3K?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It doesn't work. It's nowhere to be found.
Have people already uploaded stuff?
I can't find it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
You wanted to show us something on the sketch?
No.
No?
No, I meant this sketch.
Okay.
I just realized that we can actually hide this pulley here. No, the things are gonna drop down. We can't. Okay, it feels like this Dropbox thing is hanging in the air, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
You can cut through the Hannes frustration with a knife through the air.
Yeah, because I don't want to get bogged down with people sending in things that we can't see.
And I don't want to get bogged down by this frustration, so...
This is a conundrum right here.
How are we going to solve this?
Just solve it.
Okay. Okay, that's how. Then I see. So this happened last time when I created live on stream.
Yep.
It went wrong that time as well. So what we're doing right now is that we're fixing a new upload link through Dropbox.
A new one?
No, I'm giving context.
Uh-huh.
And we're trying to find where the files ended up. We're repairing the new. Yeah, as always, it's in the file request folder.
Not for me.
Yeah, it is. It's in the file request folder, like the one called file request. So in the root file requests, only you have access. Share.
Yeah.
It's so stupid that it ends up here always. This folder can only be shared as a link because it contains a shared folder.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boop. Jens in blank. Hannes versus Dropbox. This.
Oh yeah, now I know. I should create it from the folders on the desktop.
Yes.
That's the way we did it last time. I'm gonna manually move. I see already 5 suggestions in the folder. I see the folder here. So I'm going to now make a folder that's gonna make Hannes happy, because I know when Hannes is not happy, no one is happy.
Okay. Everything turns sour really quickly.
Yeah. So I'm going to.
You see, chat, it wasn't my fault. At least I'm not this bad with computers.
I think the frustration part of it was a little bit your fault, though.
I'm just gonna keep silent.
AB muting switch. No, AB program switch. And you taught me how to do this, actually, so kudos to you. Request files.
Mike Perry, cue Rocky Balboa theme. Hannes is embarking on his biggest fight yet. It's Hannes versus Dropbox.
I'm gonna call it AB program switch 2. No, I'm not. I'm AB program switch. Create. Copy.
Boom, 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 boom.
So now you can change. You're gonna receive a new email?
Yep. I will post it in chat and in description. ASAP.
So compose. Send email to Sir3K.
Yep.
Subject. Hope this will make you happy.
Sorry for messing this up.
Really hope so.
Royally.
Really hope so. No.
Thank you.
Now we have a new link. We're gonna switch the link, but before we do that, I'm going to head over and fish all. Oh, later I can. I'm gonna go and put everything over manually, so everyone who's already sent in your things will be recovered manually. But
and we have Jimmy Cruisebay, who sent a nice little super chat here with a question in it. He said, or a statement rather, make a third tooth that is double width on the bottom so you can play A plus B. Smiley face, smiley face.
Hold that thought because that sounded really interesting. I just have to fix this.
Thank you so much, Jimmy Cruisebay. As you people might know, Martin canceled the whole Patreon and YouTube members along with the MMX. So, I mean, these super chats is a way to support us, and it's really nice of you. Really, really nice.
Yes.
It means a lot.
So I'm gonna put all of them smart sync local. Okay. Did you receive the new link?
I will check soon.
Oh yeah.
Hope this will make you happy. I love this. Really hope so. I love this.
Okay, everyone, we are back. We have and now please read. Make a third cam. Please read that suggestion again.
Let's see. Make a third tooth that is double width on the bottom, so you can play A plus B. It was from Jimmy Cruisebay.
Oh, that would work. That would actually work. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. That's a great suggestion.
Brilliant as this comment from Colin Price. Sir H3K and Sir Cadalot, Knights of the Round Programming Wheel.
That's brilliant as well. Yes. I want to try to see if we can reduce the rotational, because I don't want this violent. I want it to be... It's good if it's fast, though. The less violent motion and the less longer motion, the better the mechanism, I think. I don't want it spinning around. I think it's more precise if it's just a small reduction. So let's be a little more deliberate. And now I have the browser tree is gone. Let me just fix that. It's a Fusion graphic card glitch.
And while you're fixing that, Andreas added a new Lego design on Discord. I can just pull that up here. Camps for A plus B. Can you see it?
I see it. Is there more pictures?
No, just that one.
I think it's the same idea. I think it's the same idea that the other comment just said.
Brilliant content right there. Thank you so much.
View, show browser. Okay, I fixed it. It's annoying. In full screen, the browser tree, this thing disappears all the time when I switch. So let's not get as excited so we forget to actually make a good design here, because let's do this a little technically. We need to drop this. We need to drop this profile so it disengages here. So we need to drop it 5 millimeters, and I would feel better if we dropped it a little bit more. So let's say we need to drop it. I'm gonna make a circle here. I'm gonna make a point here. And this is going to represent how far down we want this point to drop. So 8 millimeters, say. We want it to drop down there. Now if I make a dropping circle here, it's pretty interesting because we can actually see. So this thing is pivoting from here. So let's pull a tangential. The underside of the thing is not going to be straight. It's going to be tangential to this pivot here, to this circle. So I'm going to say that you are tangential to you. And then I'm going to say that this is the underside in the dropped position. So that line, which shows us that we don't have to spin almost anything. So let's kill this. Wait. 20 millimeters and 10 millimeters. Yeah, 25 out is what we need currently. So let's do... I'm a little bit slow, but I'm getting there. So let me remove this first. And the angles is actually going to be different on the left and the right side because of the dipping down angle thing. This is so simple. It's unbelievably simple, this, Hannes.
I love what I'm hearing.
It's crazy simple. And it's crazy reliable as well. It's a good design. Great design. I think. And I can say it because it's not mine.
Can wear that proudly.
Yep. Boom. This has to be 20. This has to be 5. And now, when I put the tip of the cam here, tangential to the underside here, there we get the angle automatically. This is how far down it has to be dropped to really be muted. But do we now have both? Yeah, I think this will work. So let me do the other side.
And I would just start to... We're receiving a couple of images. I will just bring them up and we can have a quick look at them.
Yep.
If something is applicable for us here today. Flat faces makes unmuted state more stable. From Kasper Axelsson.
Let me think. Yeah, it would kind of fall in place. It would kind of like, or would it actually? Because all the weight is on the thing. What would be more stable actually? The rotational thing? Or it's just a nice feeling? Because I think the position of the cams, can you show it up in the corner? And we can look at CAD at the same time. So the position of these cams will be decided by the lever, the positive stops on the lever. And I kind of like the flat faces, but I'm not sure what it would make more stable. It's a nice idea though. It feels right, but I don't know if it would make any benefit. It would be harder. It would be a little more tricky for me to calculate the height when it's rotating. Yeah, here's the same. Jimmy Cruspe, sorry for using paint. Never apologize for using paint.
Paint. Tool of the gods.
This is the same idea that someone else had. Oh, yeah. Everyone is on this double thickness.
And then we have the Lego again.
Yeah, brilliant.
Near we have something, I think it's the cable.
Yeah, this is brilliant. This is exactly what we're going to do. Well done. Did you mock that up now for us, or did you just find that? How to adjust and replace your motorcycle's throttle cable. Oh, this is exactly what we're doing. Look. It has 2 Bowden cables. Of course, because they're turning the wheel on the motorcycle. Hey! They do this. Vroom, 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 vroom. And this is where the... Oh, by the way, look. The cable is not just slipping on there. It's actually... we're gonna do this. I think... No, can we really get 180? Yeah, we can't. No. If we are... Go back one image. So you see the small little round dots?
Yeah.
That's the end of the cables.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Which means that you would never be able to pull this like 2 full revolutions, because when one cable is pulled, it's not gonna keep on spinning. You can only do... Securely, you can only do like a little bit less than 360 degrees. So if people want the underside to come all the way up to have the AB state, I think this would not work exactly like this. But I would like this better than to have a slip thing. So very cool image.
Same that we were talking about.
Yeah.
There you have the cable attached here, as you said.
Exactly. If you rotate endpoints of registrators, you shouldn't have problem with breaking pins, because change can be gradual, not instant. Theoretically, you can have more than 2 songs on one wheel. If you rotate endpoints of registrators... Okay, so we're down here. Yeah, so... Song 1, 2... Rotate endpoints. So here we have the half hit issue, I think. So in example, in the second row, I feel that it would make chaos a little bit on the registrator, I think. We have a similar suggestion from that before. Toggle switch cam system, cable path, use on both ends. Why is the cable like crooked like that in the middle?
Slack.
Yeah, and toggle switch, I don't really understand.
Let me just prepare. There are a couple more, so I will just prepare them.
Yep. I'm gonna finish this. Love all these sketches, so thank you everyone for sending them in.
Also, we got a text from Andreas Eld, the Lego designer.
The Lego legend.
If you use 2 cables pulling, let one cable wrap around the wheel clockwise and the other anti-clockwise. Counterclockwise, I guess.
Oh, with stops, Andreas means. Okay, that's a... Yeah, let me wait. Let me sketch that on the sketch pad. So if we have a cylinder like this, just to make it obvious, can you read it again?
Of course I can. If you use 2 cables pulling, let one cable wrap around the wheel clockwise and the other anti-clockwise.
So here I'm making this little stop thing, and the red is going around. And then here comes the green. Oh, that's not green. Comes up here. Look at this. Because now here we can have, in this configuration, we can have the stops, which is the industrial like standard solution. There's no slippage here. Stops. And we can do writing like child. And we can have plus 360 degree rotation. I can't rest my arm, that's why.
No need to apologize here.
No. I used to be proud of my sketches, that's why, and I'm not anymore. Was this what you mean, Andreas? It's a super good solution.
We have a couple of more. Just take a quick look at. This is from Gusty again.
Yeah, I recognize the CAD style from Gusty. It's cool. Handle at end to rotate the axis. Rotate axis. Yeah, so the thing is that we need to, with the handle at the end, it's we have several instrument groups. So I need to access. If it was for the whole machine, then this would work. But we need to access kick for it by itself, snare for itself. And I had to mute the pipe-in-pipe muting system on the original machine. Let me show that to the left. Which was actually worked fantastically. It was my design. So the way these 5 levers, the way we're accessing different groups is that we had all these pipe-in-pipes. So let me see if I can start to get rid of stuff. Where's the pipes? Here's the drums. Okay, so this CAD is not built. It's not my CAD, so it's not easy to navigate. Sorry for this. It's multi-body in one component. I'm gonna try to do it like this. We have one pipe, a smaller pipe, a smaller pipe, a smaller pipe, and a smaller pipe. This is what I called, and this is a good image actually. This is what I call the pipe-in-pipe muting system. And your idea would work if we used something like that. Because then when you say handle at the end, here I can have 5 handles at the end. But I don't want to use this pipe-in-pipe system because it becomes big and custom for each channel and to lock things to these things, and it's not registrating clearly. So by being able to come into the middle, we can make all the cams look exactly the same and we're not losing side. So we're going to have 8mm between the vibraphone channels, and then 8mm when it goes over to the kick drum, 8mm when it goes over to the snare. And we can access in the middle of these instrument groups, and we don't have extra space on the sides.
Brilliant. And Andreas just wants to clarify that he said, yes, that was it. Your sketch, you got it right.
More loops for further rotation. Same idea as Andreas. Perfect. Thank you. Side view by Yannick. Registrators in your CAD. Rounded pin can be dropped by pulling the Bowden cable. Bowden cable state not pulled. Questionable if pin travels enough to unengage hook, but you could link the Bowden cable on the same lever as you already said earlier in the stream. So this was exactly was my first idea, and this would work perfectly, Yannick. However, when you need to repeat it 36 times to pull down something that large, I think is kind of a big movement to activate, and then the camshaft is just more efficient. And less individual parts. The camshaft is like one part. Cable all the way around for 360-degree watch style spring. Yeah, Jack Hainsworth. Gretzky. Jack Gretzky Hainsworth. Same idea as everyone else who got this absolutely right. handle 4 states for every channel. This is the same idea that also a lot of people have. I love when individual persons have the same solution. That always tells me like, oh,
we're onto something.
We're onto something.
Yes.
Here, right?
And speaking of being onto something, we are taking a short break here really soon, Martin.
Oh, I don't want to. I really want to finish this that we've been going for. Can I get 5 minutes?
You got 5 minutes. I'm keeping score here.
Yeah, and I just want to say I'm so humbled by all you smart people out there sending in things that I can listen to that makes this machine so much better. It's really a fantastic community project. I would love to have some kind of official statistics for who came with all the ideas. I love the fact that we're not climbing on each other. We're just helping each other, and there's so little prestige in this community. And I don't want people to fight over credits and stuff. I don't want to create that culture. But I would also like to have like some kind of official list where everything is coming from. Because in the end, there's going to be like 1,000 designers who have influenced the dictator, the main designer. It's not going to be designed by committee, but every day I just get so happy by your competent suggestions, and I'm gonna honor them by seeing when you actually bring in revolutionary ideas like this. Okay, these 2 cams are both muted. So let's see what muting state we have here. What degree we have? 106 degrees only. So if we wanted to make something for both channels to play at the same time, I mean, this is so simple as it is. So I'm a little hesitant to even like entertaining the... And here we can also see how big we can make the wheel for the cable. We can make it bigger, so we can make it 30. But let me put in the AB together state as well. So probably at... Can it come right after here? So maybe the both at the same time can come here. I really have to do this, Hannes. I'm sorry.
What? I'm working over here.
Good. No, I just mean I don't want to leave people like when we're 99.5 with his thoughts.
Well, but we will be back. We're just gonna take a short break.
That's also true. Also true.
We will be back. We will finish this today.
That's also true. 25. So then this angle becomes interesting. I'm just gonna pick something right now. We're gonna say 60. I have to push this around. See, we're less than 180 degree rotation for 4 states. It's quite unbelievable. So let's extrude these things.
PK Margot is kind of screaming context here right now. I cannot get how this muting system will prevent half-hit unwanted notes.
Yeah, because of this, exactly the same way the last one did. Yeah, okay. These are always hitting. These are always hitting the programming pin. Full hits every time. It's just that sometimes this link is not active.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's there. That's why there's never half hits, because it's always full hits. So a drawback is that also the second channel, the green channel, will be moving all the time. So you will hear click, 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 click from a program that isn't even playing music. That's one of the drawbacks, actually. That's why I have this silencing foam right there. Let me just extrude this, and then I'm gonna feel so... what is it called?
Fulfilled?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Then you can extrude yourself.
Yeah, I can extrude myself completely. So let's do this. Look at this, it's so cool. Let's do this. So this is for this one, who is still half a thickness. There. Look at this. It looks like engineering.
It looks like you know what you're doing.
I didn't until our fantastic community showed up.
Oh yeah.
In colors, or what is it called? And so this is the idea that everyone has gone for. This is full width. So I'm going to go to object. I'm going to say go to you. Something is wrong there, but never mind now. And I'm going to go two sides. And I'm also going to go to you on the other side. I'm going to go join. And then we're going to repeat this beauty. Let me just choose this profile as well. Gonna go in and make this a little bit more pretty later. Here's our fantastic camshaft. And the last thing I want to do is I want to hide the sketches and I want to rotate it around. And
let's get a nice feel for it.
Yes, and we're going to make a contact set later, because that is going to be, and I'm going to share CAD and all you smart people can animate it if you feel like. I'm too busy finishing the Marble Machine 3 to make animations.
Ow!
It would be fun to see all this animated, actually. Move this around here. So, state. Check this. Boom. So this is state A. Programming A is playing. I should maybe show it like this. No. Yeah, I should show it a little bit like this, maybe. So here you can see the green one, gray one is supported. So we rotate. Now both of them has fallen down. That's what the contact set. So this is state B muted. We rotate again. Here's the green one is supported. That's playing. Gray one is. Oh yeah, we have to find out how that's. Yeah, we need to make contact sets. And the last, both of them are playing.
Wow!
From one lever, everyone.
Yeah.
From one lever.
That's brilliant.
It is brilliant. I can't thank you enough for being so brilliant, being here with us. And I can't thank Sir 3K more for being so awesome with the atmosphere here today in the stream. I'm so happy about this. I just wanted to keep on going. Check this out. I've copied the tracks out and I just made an example grouping here. So what I want to do now is that I want to attach the Bowden cables to each instrument group and maybe also sketch the levers just for fun over here so we can see what we created together. So for any new viewers, we have had an amazing session with, I think, my favorite design of MM3 so far, with this 4-state cam shaft that is controlled by one single lever, so we can mute individually in instrument groups the twice as long instrument program with no half hits. This is a mechanical music instrument, the stuff mechanical music instrument dreams are made of.
Oh.
So, and I just had another revelation. Check this out. Let's pretend that we know we're going to trigger the marble gates with Bowden cable as well. Because I know how my first idea with the instrument positions was to put the kick drum in the hole between these black keys and kind of the snare drum in the hole between these, because I had to have everything line up. So I thought that we have to have like 3 individual vibraphone segments, as you can see here. So we would need to like access 3 separate cam disks for the vibraphone on 3 separate places. With Bowden cables, doesn't matter which track goes to which instrument. We just get complete freedom. So check these instrument groupings and how nice and smooth we can make them. So where is my sketch? Here. So let's just make one huge vibraphone thing. Let me edit this sketch. We're just gonna have one vibra. So let's do bass, vibra, and then the drum. Let's do the drums in the middle and the vibraphone at the end.
Permaculture Ecuador design review will help the community understand each week what designs are needed for progression of the machine. And that's a really good point from you there. I think it will be helpful for the audience as well as us in explaining what we're doing. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And he adds also here, it helps the community submit relevant designs for Martin to review. Yeah, that's also true. People gets to understand what we're zeroing in on at the moment.
Yeah, and you're hitting on a very good point, because what I realized that the sketches that doesn't work, it helps me explain to myself why it doesn't work, and it helps the community understand what we need. That's probably just what you exact said.
Yeah.
Okay, something has gone a little cray here.
The machine went cray?
Yes, it did. This is a little cray right here. So I think you're already seeing where I'm going with this. How much simpler it is when we can have a feature only the URU. When we can have just one big vibraphone section, and we don't have to split it up like I just showed you. Edit feature, remove that profile, use that profile, and I'm going to delete all these. Delete. So check the simplicity of this. So let's say now that we want to control the base with this camshaft. I'm going to go into the rectangular pattern, and I'm just going to fill up like that section. So 20 was too much. Let's try 18. Yeah, it's kind of okay. We're not going cray. So now I can I'm going to remove one more. No, the cool thing here. The cool thing, what we have created here. This is part of why I love this solution. We're going to take this all the way home. All the way to east. 55. 65. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 less. 60. No, I'm in the wrong one. Here. Edit feature. 60 instances. So this is my point, that we make a modular design that is a module that we can just repeat without intermissions. So that's why if we go to the sketchpad really quick and then back really quick, is that this, to attach the Bowden cables in the middle of each instrument groups like this, will help us keep this repetition thing going. So let's, for fun, make the levers.
Yes. Bring on the fun.
Yes. How should I do this? So let's revisit this sin over here.
Oh, I missed my mouth.
Sometimes on stream I try to drink faster and things doesn't end well.
No. Friday. Too much excitement in the air. Now you're talking about levers. Woo!
Levers are kind of joyful. I would tend to agree with you. Hannes, 3000. One side. Let's just boom. So here, what I'm sketching now is so the Bowden cable supports. Let me go to the master sketch here. So this should be, I'm gonna remove all this. So for the muting, I am very, very sure that a Bowden cable will work. For the marble gates, I'm more nervous.
Yeah. The strength of it, or
the speed of it.
the speed
Yeah,
of
and the
it.
friction.
The friction, yeah.
But I think the system is strong enough. So I just know, like, for cable hi-hats, like the hi-hat we use,
Oh yeah.
it's just like kind of a lot of resistance in them, but I haven't. There's probably 1,000 different ones that we have to find out. So let's do 24 here, and I'm gonna say that you are with you. So imagine that we make a Bowden cable little thing here. So this is the, like, no, wrong from me. 40. This is the thing securing the end of the Bowden cable at this end. All the Bowden cables, so we can use like one thing for all the channels. And let's say we want the cables to come up like this. Here and here. This is good design, I believe.
I believe
Yeah.
in you. Yeah, baby.
And I told Hannes that I think that this machine will be visually a little bit disappointing in some ways, because we will hide all these functions that I try to flaunt the functionality of the old machine. People still didn't understand how it was designed. So this machine will be much more, it's just playing, and everyone, yeah, it's playing good. And you will have to kind of, like, this is not going to be visible, this little movement. So it's going to be more of engineering thing that kind of look into the machine and actually understand how it's been designed. That's going to be cool. But like a viewer on a YouTube video will not understand. So
Yeah, but as a lot of viewers have pointed out, a working machine is a beautiful machine also. So just the wonders of it will go a long way. And then, as we said, we just add some, we add some stripes and flames to it, and we're golden.
stripes and flames. Okay. That sounds fantastic. I'm just gonna take it a little bit to two sides. I'm gonna give it a little bit thickness here so that we can revolve. And this is just like I'm gonna revolve the holes for the Bowden cable here. Profile. Revolve. Can I also revolve you? No, of course I can't. Cut. Let me do this here as well. Actually, unnecessary, but I'm doing it anyway because it's Friday.
It's Friday, as Rebecca Black has stated 10 years ago.
Yeah.
A meme that never dies.
I've emailed Rebecca Black and tried to buy the rights to play the song on the Friday live streams. No reply yet. So, whenever you want to repeat something a lot of times, repeat it in the bodies. Do not repeat it in sketches. So now I have a rectangular pattern and I'm choosing to repeat features. So I just cut 2 holes. So I'm going down into my timeline, which you can't see, and choosing my holes that I cut. And now you can see how these holes are starting to be repeated. So we want more holes. Select this direction. We want spacing of exactly 16 millimeters because that's our center to center. No, 8 actually. I'm stupid. It's 1 hole per instrument group. I'm stupid. So let's just give it a random and then we can pick. Oh, we can suppress. So I can show you something else here. When you want to make an uneven pattern, you can suppress the ones you don't want. So let's say we make 30, 20. So now I do not want all these holes, right? Why is it? What has happened here? Why does it look like this? Huh? Because I only cut, it says 4, but I only made 2. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this. This is wrong.
I think the pen fool sent here internal cameras question mark. I guess to be able to see all the functionality, we should have a really small cameras that we can always stream to live during concerts.
That's a great idea. So Fusion is annoying me now.
It's acting up.
Yeah, because look, there's only 2 holes, but when I click the revolve feature, it shows a kind of a ghost hole next to it.
Ghost hole. Oh no. We only want ghost nodes here.
So what is that about? I'm going to edit this feature. I'm gonna cut it again. Wow.
Huh.
Have I copied the part or something? This has nothing to do with what I want to show. So, four objects. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna make some holes like this. Let's try to get them together with our instrument groups like this. And here I can show you. I don't want a perfect pattern, so you choose suppress, and then you can choose the ones you actually want to be repeated. So I just want one for the vibraphone, so I'm gonna remove this and this. Let me look at it from this direction. So I want one for the snare. I'm just sketching here. It's not even in good positions. Let's do that. Now, okay, it made a good holes. So this pipe command. Where are you? Pipe command. Oh no, my pipe command.
Where are you? Oh, where art thou? Pipe command.
I sacrificed it. There we go. So let me make one channel first. This was actually a little stupid. So I'm going to create, I'm not going to do this in the master sketch. Or why not, actually? I'm going to do this in the master sketch.
Just be aware that it doesn't get bogged down again and crash.
Yep. It almost crashed in the pause. So here's the master sketch. My favorite master sketch.
Oh, look at it. Look at it.
So here comes a bowden cable. And it's just twirling around, going everywhere.
Oh.
Boom. And
Spaghetti.
And it even goes to a lever like this. Nice. Here comes the other bowden cable. That thing, I'm just going to illustrate that thing is also like however it wants to be. Although it does end up here at the same location, kind of. Because here
is our
lever.
That's the lever.
Yep. Yep. Yahoo!
Yahoo! Then you know it's Friday.
Yep. Can I make a spline tangential? I can make the fit line tangential. Boom.
Template for me. Can Martin switch song from A to B for each instrument separately? Question mark.
Yes.
Wahoo!
Yes. And that might actually be a weakness, right? Because if I want to... Okay. This is what I didn't think of.
Uh-oh.
This is what I didn't think of. But this also makes it interesting. So imagine the creativity I can do when my vibraphone repeats, but the bass guitar plays a new pattern.
Yeah.
But when I'm in a hurry, I should have an all lever. Maybe that's just a physical lever. So if I have the 5 levers next to each other, okay, I'm gonna sketch it. So we have a master lever that switches all of them or something.
A or B. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to mute all for the entire thing. So this is the lever. I'm gonna put it in this position now. Boom. And boom. And I'm also going to make... So this is going to look a little ridiculous. I'm also going to make this cable up here. But I'm just making it big like this, and this is not how it's going to be stuck in. But I just want to make it so I can finish this CAD a little quick. Finish sketch.
Yes. Show us the meaning of haste.
Yes. Pipe command. Let's make this cable. Ooh.
Oh, it's so cute.
Cute, right?
I love it.
I love it too. Let's make it 2 millimeters though. Now it's in the same plane, and it actually doesn't have to be. But let's have it like this now. Boom. Let's make a little bit of a lever. 8. Symmetric. Join. Or maybe new body. New body. Why is it red? I can put these levers in any direction I want, anywhere on the machine.
That's so cool.
Which is a cool thing. So let me do this. a little bit of a rectangular pattern on this body. Directions here. So we want, how many groups do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 levers. And notice that I don't have to be like in front of it. I can be wherever I want.
Yeah.
Boom. And then we actually have to make a 3D sketch. I should have copied the sketch as well, but it's the master sketch. Okay, I'm not gonna... I don't think... Oh, I should do this later. I'm not gonna pull the cables now, because it's... Maybe I should. What should we do?
With the drunken sailor.
So here you can see that this lever is controlling this group. I haven't attached it well here, but you'll see the idea. Let me just quickly and dirtily attach a cable to this lever. So I'm going to make this a 3D sketch.
Ooh.
The reason I'm making this a 3D sketch is because I want to pull these pipe that I'm going to make in all directions of the CAD, not only on a planar sketch plane. So is the sketch hidden? Yes. Here we go. I'm just giving 2 points here to start the spline. And you can see it's a 3D sketch because of all those things. And then I want to come over to... So I want to pull the cables to this kick here. So let's say that it is... Let's take these holes. So I'm just projecting this to get... I can't project... You know what I should do? I should create another sketch to make that projection. I learned this when we were building the CADing the MMX for the all the different acrylic pipes going everywhere. Those were 3D sketches as well. So now we have points over there and we have points over here. Let's make a new sketch. I have all the points here. 3D still. Now, if I start on this point, and I can kind of worm my way over here. And now take this point. Beautiful.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, this is not...
Cable management is strong with this one.
Yeah. What happened to my pipe command?
It was a pipe dream all along.
Oh. No, but seriously, what happened? There we go. Edit. Oh, cut. New body. That was what happened with my pipe command. I'm just going to do one. So now you can see.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like a modular synthesizer.
Excuse me, Mr. Martin Molin.
Yep.
Aren't we on step 2 on the list right now?
Oh, we are. Thank you.
Yes!
That means we have to also...
Wahoo! There we go.
Yes.
My machine will work.
Here you go, people. This lever can make 4 different programs for the kick. Kind of awesome.
Oh, yes.
Let me leave the sketches I want. I want the names visible. Where are you? This sketch. And I want to hide this sketch. So there we go. And I think so the implementation here is going to be for future CAD sessions. This is not how it's going to be implemented. This is easy. The manufacturing of this is going to be interesting if we should make it on the rotary in one piece, the camshaft on the rotary CNC, or if we should actually make all these blades and just join them together somehow. That's also for later discussion. But now I want to spend a little time. If someone has an idea on how to make the master level, a lever, maybe we should do that on the sketchpad.
The one lever to mute them all.
Yep. On fire. On point and on fire. So let's say we have, I'm gonna put it in like in front perspective. So let's say here's lever 1, lever 2, lever 3, level 4, level 5. Did you get a soundboard? 3000. Here's the pivot shaft. Is there some kind of master level lever cool thing we can do? So for example, I always joke with Hannes that he's like a Boeing. He's always using like Boeing. It's always full throttle on this guy.
I only have on and off. There's nothing in between.
So imagine, what do you say about this? I make a huge Boeing handle for you, Hannes.
Yeah?
Boom. And very simply, how can I get it to go both directions? So if I just do this, I can pull all of the levers towards me.
Tim Schäfer.
Yeah.
Dropping the camshaft would mute all, right? And T Day, lower the camshaft.
Yes.
Colin Price, I'm thinking of multiple levers like a plain throttle. Lower the camshaft to mute all.
Lower the camshaft is interesting. I wanted to avoid it, but it's very, very interesting. Mute all we don't want. Yeah, mute all we may, that's another, okay. So mute all, what we're talking about is switching program for all. So let me go to the design requirements. And I'm going to see, because we're actually talking about switch program for all instruments from A to B lever is one thing. From A to B or B to A lever. And then we have mute all instruments lever. And since we have mute all already in the camshaft, I think instead of having a moving camshaft, which is complicated, I think we should design it so that we can just set all 5 levers to the same position. Because if we get these 5 levers into the same position mechanically, maybe you can look at a plain throttle, Hannes, because it feels like the thing I sketched is a little bit like that. So if we can just have one lever, I think this has been solved in industry. So I want to move all these individually, but then at one time, I just want to pull. Oh wait, we could have. Okay, here's my first stupid idea. We can just have 2 levers on the outside. With stops. What do you think about this?
That's my bowing lever right there.
Yeah, so the middle thrust lever, Wikipedia, it has... Okay, I have an idea for like a crude solution. So I'm making one more lever on the outside of this group. So project this shape. Remove 3D sketch and please show me my sketch. Why are you not? Oh, I didn't project, okay. That's why. Okay, I'm CADing bad now. Sorry for that. Here we go. But on this lever, I add like stop like this. So first I make normal lever like this. Boom. And then I just also extrude that little stop thing. This little thing. And here's my point. It's extruded all the way here like this. So with this one lever, I can push all of them forward.
Ah.
But of course, if they want to... So then we have to find out like in what position the different things are. And then I make the same thing on the other side. Let me do that quickly. I just want to show the audience because I think you can give me something better than this.
Template for me, leftmost lever pull all up and rightmost lever pulls all down.
Gretzky in the chat going where I was going anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the... it's like
pretty smart.
Stupidest.
I Gretzky'd you there.
You did. No, it's
chat is also now. Yep, 1 bar above, 1 below.
1 bar above, 1 below.
Yeah, what like you're doing right now, right?
Oh, above and below.
Yes.
Yes. Are they saying yes?
Yes.
Well, if they're saying yes, then we can take the weekend. -10. -10.
Tim Mulder, a master lever like a handbrake that has a button to skip all positions and re-engage to switch all levers in internal hub. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that would be to put it down here in the circles.
Okay.
That would be nice. It would require quite a... Can you read the comment again?
A master lever like a handbrake that has a button to skip over positions and re-engage to switch all levers in internal hub.
Oh.
So you can uncouple it with a button.
Wait, I've seen that on Steampunk. I've seen that. Okay, yeah. So a handbrake has a classical handbrake on a car, like an ice car, has a little button to release it, right?
Yeah.
And the button is skipping over. Yeah, there's some smart combination, smart solution in that comment. So please send images on master levers. So this would work. It's not so nice, but my point here is that from any state, I can go to any state with any amount I want. So if I want to pull this forward, this is not stopping it. And if I pull this forward and then I want to pull it back, I pull it with this. And I can always shift each lever. But when I want all 5, I just use the outsides.
Brilliant, easy solution. Works.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it works. But I have the feeling it's not like the tidiest. I would have loved to have it a little more tidy, if possible. My sketches are gone. 2 sides. So I'm super curious for, and then there's another function here. We do not have this at the moment. Is not like bistable or quadrastable, or what a fancy word would call. So in the heat of the moment, how do I know where to leave the lever? Like, because we have 4 steps, right? So it would be nice for me if I could just like bam.
Yeah.
Before it was bistable, on and off, on and off. I need to be really fast. So if I play and I'm like, and I'm going a little bit too far, and that messes things up. So how can we make these positions tri-stable?
Tri-stable?
Yeah,
Wow.
I guess that would be it. And then, like if you really want a golden star, the 4th state, both playing at the same time. I still have the feeling that both playing at the same time is not...
10 produce. Have both master levers on one side so you can operate with one hand.
But how can they cross each other? They never need to cross each other. They never cross each other, do they? No, they don't. That's a good idea. Let me do that. That's the whole thing, that they don't cross each other. So I'm moving this over to here. Boom. And I'm doing ugly CADing. Children, close your eyes.
Someone suggested also something like this. This is train interlock lever.
This is the image I had in my mind with this break there.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, this is interesting.
That looks steampunky.
Can I see the one with the open there? Train interlocked lever frame. Okay. What's it doing? Is it for changing tracks?
Yeah, I guess so, right?
The experiment continues. Yeah, these are the ones I had in my... I think you have to pull that little handle to kind of move them. So thanks for this suggestion. This already looks nicer.
One lever with 2 bars.
One. Ooh, yes. As long as they have the correct distance. Here we go. This is a good suggestion. So
I saw that from Christoph Wozyka.
yes.
I saw it from a couple of others as well.
Nice one, Christoph. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to this sketch. My CAD is completely crazy here now. And I'm going to cut off this lever here. And then I'm going to redo that extrude. And I'm going to take off the... No, this is good. Thank you, chat. And then we're going to connect down here. This is now one lever. Like it. So with one hand I can do... So this is actually getting very, very sleek.
Yeah.
Because with this one hand... I should move this out of my way, actually. Can I do that from here? So it feels a little bit nicer to grab the lever. Look at this.
Let's hear from Mike Perry here as well. It might be possible to have discs between the levers with spring-loaded...
Sorry, there was unintended.
It might be possible to have discs between the levers with spring-loaded ball-bearing detents for the stable states, so you know where to put the levers.
Let's head over to design requirements. Tri-stable or quadruple stable muting levers, which indicates to the user where to leave the lever. So I'm trying to write this design agnostic because it's a design requirement. So in this design requirement document, we're only saying the user story. So we're only saying what the user need to experience. We're not saying ball bearings, spring-loaded ball detents. Good. It itches. I want to put the ball bearings in there, but I shouldn't. Well, and the crazy thing, there is actually we have 10 more minutes, I think, to do one more thing. So
Yes.
in this, let me copy this little body, the little puller. I'm gonna make a rectangular pattern. So I also want to put in the marble gate into this, just for fun. I'm gonna pull it this way. I want 60. No. I want 30 instances, and I want them at a distance of 16. No, I wanted 60. Here we go. This solution is kind of magical compared to what we had. It's very space efficient, and the Bowden cables just makes life so much easier.
Yes.
I can put the levers wherever I want them. I can put the levers so that it looks nice. It's easy for me to play. They
have been a huge hassle in our minds until now. Where to put these levers now? Total freedom.
Yeah, and I was also nervous that the levers are going to be completely not visible for the audience. And I don't care anymore. We can have a camera on them or something. But basically, we can put these levers down here on this thing if we want. We can put this lever up here if we want.
Yeah.
We can put it anywhere. We can put it under the vibraphone here. No, because we have resonators there. Not this one. This one. New master sketch. Here we go. I'm just adding here the Bowden cable thingy here. So here's a stop. And here's the link. There. Here's this. And of course a cable that will now go in one plane because I don't want to make a 3D sketch, but remember that it can go anywhere. Boom.
And to Sagan, you can make them foot pedal like an organ. And that's also true. You can have some, you can use your feet for some of them. That's one solution.
That's a pretty cool idea. Let me just note that comment. Cool idea. I have too many page breaks. Levers operatable with hand or foot. Fix me.
Foot? Yes.
Foot. Muting levers operable with hand or foot. So here I'm just making a point that the marble gate can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Don't we have a marble gate? Shouldn't I just?
Oh yes, we have.
Shouldn't I?
Sandwich.
Shouldn't I actually attach the Bowden to the gate we already have? How about that, Martin?
How about using what we already have? Cooking show moment right here.
So it makes a little bit more sense. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a big if this Bowden cable thing will work. So it will come down here, it will open the escapement, and it will release the marble. And we can put it anywhere, sideways, anything. It's kind of extremely exciting. So everything had to be visually in line before. And with this, that would not be the case. So let's do a new body. Let's do a little bit bigger. Let's do it 4. So we kind of see, let's do it 6. So we see the power going down to the gate. And then I'm going to extrude this, which is the Bowden thingy. And it's going to be a new body, and it's going to be a little bit thicker. 12. Symmetric, please. Yes. And let's hide all the sketches. And let's show the gate. Oh, it didn't end up at all close to the gate. I don't care. Sandwich. Outside. Let's drag the gate over because we are savages.
I just want to show you really quick here. I thought this was a nice little one on Discord.
Ooh.
That's really cool, right?
Wait, that's much nicer. That is great. From whom is this?
Let me check. It's from GDOM.
GDOM?
GDOM.
Beautiful. It's much nicer.
That's cool.
It's much nicer. So then you have, but I would actually prefer if you put so the lever on the left top, put them no, it will be in the way from my hands. Now I see what you did. No, it won't. So just make that lever a 5th lever. So pull up the handle like the 4 other handles to the right, and just pull it so it sticks out to the same way. Then you have a super nice. So it doesn't. do not make it 90 degrees from the other lever, and just make it a normal knob like the other 5. You have 4 separate and 1 master next to each other.
That's another one in Discord as well.
Yeah, so this is exactly the same idea you talked about, but with the previous solution to have that internal slot. The internal slot makes the parts a little bit bigger, but it's style points. Capture position. And so now here is my point that this little module, we can repeat it 60 times over this direction, wrong direction. This module, this direction, 60 on 16. No. Yes? Now I want 30 then. I'm confusing myself here. What's the issue here? $60. Oh, it's too thick. I extruded it too thick. That's the issue.
Have you saved in a while?
No. 8. This should not be 8. This should be 16. Let me save and let me fix. One side 16. 16 please. There we go. And now it's good. Wow. Look at this. So we have free placement of the muting levers. We have 4 states for each. We can have any granularity I want for musical expression. We just add more levers and more Bowden cables. For example, I have a dream of being able to mute only half the droppers for the bass, or even per string. So imagine if I had a bass line that was like, and then we make a breakdown. So all those notes are not played. Second string is played. I can't. One more string. Smoke and water. What I mean is that this is so liberating design-wise. So all driven by a beautiful idea from these Gretzkys that we have with us today, Hannes. They have been amazing today, right?
Totally brilliant.
And all this is POM, and currently I do not know where this is going to fail. Yes, I would say this makes me worried. The Bowden cable to the marble gate. But the freedom, and I said in the update on the main channel that I hated that the bass is outside the programming wheel. With the Bowden cables, we can put anything. Like if I really wanted to, the bass could be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a Bowden cable there, and we can have marble gates over there. So I have to fix my hair for the end of the video. I'm excited. This is really cool. I think this is super pragmatic, and like it's mechanical. It's everything a solenoid would give us, but we control it with a metal wire and not with electricity. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. We can adjust all of these little blocks here from the backside. Easily accessible in the screws here. And we have exactly the Marble Machine X muting mechanism that has been proven and validated over and over again. And when this thing is pulled to the left, this Bowden cable will activate and drop a marble down here. Ha!
Oh yeah, baby.
Super happy for this. So I'm gonna leave it over.
No,
to
no,
the
no,
king.
no. You go to your computer again. We can't have... You need to put it on done, my friend. The list is not complete yet.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, yes. Now I feel complete. And it's been yet another amazing week here in the Dream Factory that is Wintergatan Live. We want to thank all of you, the wonderful viewers who are watching these streams, supporting us with your lovely comments, your super chats, your awesome ideas. You help this project move along in a quite nice pace right now. We've done some amazing progress this week. So this is me and Martin signing off. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.